take the track sweep at the moment. Under the JPS bridge, about to get his first pie. Well, into the braking area comes the John Sands Racing Commodore, Bob Morris, who, as I said yesterday, didn't have a drive. He is in the braking area. Gary Rogers, certainly one of the most improved drivers in the country. Not that he was ever bad, but he was not smooth once. You're going to keep. You're a couple up, but you will keep, Croker. Not me. Innocent. Oregon. Yes. Heading down now. He certainly has, and manages it very well, and a great backup man for Peter Brock. In the braking area, he's talking Commodore at the moment, down into the braking area. Right over the edge of the appropriate JPS car into the braking area, into the Murray's corner, and well, fingers crossed for the BMW fans. And down he comes through the John Player Special Bridge and into the last corner. Well, it rocks away. Elby's on setting the fastest time, then of course winning the 1983 James Hardy 1000. Well, he's the Bob Morris into the braking area in car 4. Gary Rogers in the San Francisco's Commodore. He gets very smooth these days. He'll cut the clock. 2:18.648, which makes me, John Cummins, the only one to get close to his yesterday's time. Yes, so close it doesn't matter. Ron Harris, so it'll be interesting to see those fellows as the race unfolds. In the braking area now with the Kevin Graham and that's come out to I think John Harvey now very quickly into the braking area. Finds the Commodore up. Out to the edge of the second goes 2:18 into the braking area. Comes out past car 3, the Jansen Commodore, locks on the suspension, goes very wide indeed. Cuts it up to 2:18. I was just thinking that she was on the right track. Well, George Fury now locks the BMW. Right at the he'll stop the clock. Not a BMW, isn't it?
Rocky doesn't have to go out.
17. Yes. On a new car, I think. We're not going to get too much to look at because it's going right behind the James Hardy Centre. But what we're seeing is the left-hand end of the car, and that really is the undamaged part of the car. But the rest of it, very, very sorry sign to see. Yes, a dead Calvin, John Cummins. Very dead. Well, thank you, Jerry Halpin, and we'll be back on air with the next session, which is an untimed session at 2 o'clock. So
go through the grid positions 1 to 10 at this stage. You only got there as far as 1, I think we did, because it is rather important. Second fastest, who will be sharing the outside of the front row, will be Furious George with the Nissan Turbo with a 2:17.509. David Parson is which incidentally is the best position on the grid that the Jansen car has ever been. Just feeling something around the area too. But the regulations are such that the grid positions 11 to the last car are determined by the Friday practice, and then starting in it would still follow the Nissan Pulsar Turbo, and the second fastest car in the category is Seaton with the Capri. I'll be definitely Seaton 10, and they are very jubilant up there, of course, and the little mine host is there, of course, who's a regular test. It's official, it's still not yet confirmed that it will happen until they might not finish your program. In about 45 minutes, there's car number 9, the Bendigo car of Alan Harris now. It does look like Kevin Barber, but we might try and get some confirmation on that in just a short moment. Happening after about 3 o'clock, it finishes at 3:30. And I noticed that the JPS BMW has its camera. And another car that is generating a lot of interest is the B of Goodrich, Rod Mellon, Barry Jones, entering car number 41, which is running the new off the run down and the run up the mountain because of less rolling resistance in a radial road type tyre. And of course,
Bartlett! Is it? Bartlett!
seconds all over the place, and the Eurocars Mazda next on the grid position 15 with a 219 for Terry Finnegan and Jeff Leeds with the 2MMM Commodore at 219.9, and that particular car's fourth Bathurst. Another car too doing its fourth Bathurst is the Janssen car. Jim Keogh, Leo Leonard with a Commodore at 220.1 with very distinctively written across the windscreen, Keogh and Leo with a 220.1. Jim Keogh, the solicitor from Melbourne, I think, did all the paperwork for the conveyancing of motor cars that went on yesterday. Freddie Gibson and John French, two desperate veterans from many years at the mountain, in the second of the Nissan Turbo Birds at 221.1. They're in car 16. It looks beautiful. We'll be onto that in a moment, but the Bergman Camaro, very nicely turned out, and in fact the last of them. We're dwelling on it because it is the last of the Camaros. We originally had three, and this is one of those three, and that's for Mike Bergman and Tony Longhurst.
More or less talk about them. We wouldn't have a clue what we are and where we'll be on Monday, but Dickie's got his big green Falcon, and Gary's happy now because he's running a Commodore, so we're pretty happy with the way things have turned out.
And yesterday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, all the days that they've been practicing seem to be totally forgotten as the driver's now in the hands of the starter with about 3 minutes to go. John Ford, the clerk of the course and president of the Australian Racing Drivers Club, walking down through the grid now to make sure that nobody is there that shouldn't be there. Crews climbing over the concrete fence. Up front, Peter Brock, and next to him, George Fury. Second row is David Parsons and Jim Richards next to him. Going back behind them further is the second of the Dover team cars, John Harvey and Warren Cullen next to him. Then Gary Rogers and Alan Grice. Bob Morris and Dick Johnson. Alan Moffat I see there, and next to him is the second of the Steve Harrington car. Steve Masterton is there. All drivers looking at the starter. And behind them in fourth.
Perkins and Brock, and looking fairly concerned at the moment. Down goes the bonnet. Jack, and I think that they're going to take the hat off, but I don't know exactly what's happening. No, Brockie's still got his hat on. The car's going back inside to the work area, so it is obviously a major problem, and that is fairly serious for the dealer team. Unreal, you know, I like that sort of thing.
Give him a big cheer. Nick Johnson is back out on the track again in the Phoenix Falcon, rebirth Falcon, back up out of the ashes again with the Commodore. In second position for number 43. Third position for FTP Roadway. And car number 4.
car. Car number 4, John James Racing, Rusty French, and Bob Morris. John, the brake pedal off was due to a